Hey, welcome back to the Positive State Podcast. Glad you're tuning in. The host, Jeremy Todd. You guys are going to love this episode. You're going to absolutely love it, I promise. Because the beautiful thing about this show and the reason it's been successful, top 1% podcast in the world, holla, it's exciting, isn't it? But one of the reasons is it's the consistency over the years, coming up on 4 years now, but it's the real talk. This episode, we're going to talk about I see a psychiatrist now, and that's what we are going to talk about. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and again, full disclosure, right? I mean, I think it's so important to talk about mental health. There's not like, when I think of like a beacon of shining light for mental health, I don't know who that person is. And I'm not trying to say I want to be that person. It's funny saying that. It's like, there's like, no one wants to step up to be that, whatever. I'll step up and be that voice for mental health. But that's what we're going to talk about today's episode of the Positive Side Podcast, solo episode. Reach out to me, send me those emails. Let me know what you think. Jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Subscribe to me on Facebook, subscribe to this podcast everywhere, and share these episodes that maybe I'll let you know where this episode is going to go, but I'm just going to tell you really, why I'm getting into it and how my path, my journey to this point. But like I said, share this episode with somebody else that may need this. Because this is going to get real. If we go back in the time machine, for all the people that haven't really listened to the show very long, again, Jeremy Todd, Positive Side Podcast, coming to you live from the world headquarters in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Been through ups and downs, filed bankruptcy years ago, struggled, couldn't have made no money, broke as a joke, utilities shut off. When I was a kid, I was sexually assaulted as a kid. I mean, it's like the gamut of messed up shit has happened to me in my life. From being bullied, I'm 5'2", 130 pounds, soaking wet, battling alcoholism, smoked weed forever. Never really gotten anything harder than that, thankfully, because I got this personality where I'm all in, right? All in or all out, but I'm all in. But that's just a little bit of background. So if you're trying to compare yourself, hey, who's this guy and who does he think he is talking about this? I'm just a normal average dude that I feel like I'm just pulled and driven to talk about these things that a lot of people don't. Either you feel uncomfortable talking about it, or don't talk about it at all. But it's real talk. It's real shit that goes on in my life. So that's a quick background on me. Again, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. But I've always wanted to get help. And this may sound like I'm trying to be a dick or something, but I promise you I'm not. But whenever I tried to get help in the past, I've hired coaches, sales coaches, life coaches. They've all done great things for me. But if there's almost like I was afraid to take this step. Maybe not afraid, but I couldn't find the right fit. That's probably a better fit. And maybe there's some scared, maybe being scared a little bit there as well. I don't know, but there's got to be something there too. And maybe this person can help me pull that out also. But, I struggle with a lot of different things. And I thought, well, I don't want to go see a counselor. I went and saw a counselor, marriage counselor years and years ago. And it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And I'm sorry if you're a counselor out there. The ones that I found brutal, and no disrespect to the people that are 25 out of college. And this is what I'm telling myself. Again, this is maybe what you're telling yourself, but this is what I told myself. This is why I don't want to talk to a counselor, because a counselor hasn't been through the things. I've been extremely successful in my career. I make good money. But I've been through the absolute bottom of the barrel, grew up with basically nothing, and brought myself up to where I am today. And got hated on forever and ever and ever. So I can't relate. I couldn't have a conversation with a counselor to really talk to them about it, because it was bullshit. Like I'm not telling somebody just fresh out of college, got experienced nothing about my life, because I know you can't relate. You can say you can relate, but you can't relate. I'm sorry, you can't. Call me what you want. It's not going to happen. And I looked, and believe me, I looked at this. There were some counselors that were older than me. And again, there was counselors that I've been married 50 years and I found, Jesus has helped me through our marriage ups and downs. That's great. I mean, that's great. That's just not me. I'm sorry. That is not even close to me. It's not going to work. And that's typically what you find a lot of times with these counselors. And full disclosure, I am not a professional either when I tell you guys these things. Okay. So don't take my advice with a bit, grain of salt. Go see a counselor if you want to go see a counselor. But I thought, well, maybe if I could find this psychiatrist, that maybe we get into the weeds of, like, I don't know, just sounded better. And maybe it's more like Jeremy, you're this messed up. This is why you do this. This is why you cope with this. I'm just searching for answers. I've only gone to one. I went to one last, it was 2 weeks ago. I go again tomorrow. A lot of it has to do with my relationship that I'm in. I'm living in the house that is turmoil at best. I've got 3 kids, homeschooled. I just don't know the way out. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm scared. I'm worried about things. I just don't know. And I don't know if this all ties back into my life, where I've been and what I've come from and what I've struggled with. I don't know. I don't even know what I don't know. I mean, it sounds so stupid to even say that. But I had this like thing in my mind that just tells me to be afraid and be worried and be scared. It's like that subconscious voice that I talked about a few episodes ago that's telling me that, Jeremy, just sit still. Don't do anything. Don't go any further. And it's like that counter argument between like the 2 people on my shoulders. It's just like they're arguing back and forth. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. I mean, it's constant. And I can't work my way through this. I think it's important for everyone out there. If you need help, go get help. It's okay. It's okay. I'm telling you guys this and putting myself on blast. General manager of a big dealership, successful, great podcast, a lot of friends, beautiful kid. I mean, I got so many things going for me. You just don't know what you don't know with people. You don't know if people are actually struggling, if they're depressed. I mean, I've gone through days in the last 2 weeks. I've been so depressed. Like, I put this bullshit fake smile on my face and go to work and work my ass off and do these things and kind of just like compartmentalize all these things in my life. And there's almost like these brick walls between them that I don't allow anything to go into the other one. I don't even know if that's healthy or not. I don't know if that's a skill. I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know what to expect. I just don't know. There's so many things about my life that I don't know. I don't know if this person's going to give me answers. I don't know if it's going to help. I don't know. But when you deal with mental health and you deal with these questions that I deal with constantly, the one thing I know that I have to at least try is get help. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to work on myself and get better, because I know the future is always going to get better. Every piece of bad shit that's happened to me in my entire life, I've gotten through every single one of them, and I'm here. So it's proof that I've made it through. So as you're listening to this and you're struggling, you're fighting depression, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to get help, where to turn. I didn't know where to get help either, and I still don't know, but I'm trying, because I know the alternative is way more important. We need to spread this message of like not getting help is not a Superman. That is this manly ego, or this ego that we talk about, how you got to be so powerful and you got to be this and you got to be that. That's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, if you're not, again, the old Al Bundy thing, he scored 5 touchdowns in high school. High school's over with. The masculine manly thing doesn't work. Being vulnerable, being open, being a stand-up person, be a man of your word, a woman of your word. That is way more important. And if that's reality, and we're trying to, and some people trying to justify that in other ways, like, hey, I'm going to burst out in this area or that area, whether it be fighting, arguing, screaming, drugs, alcohol, whatever that case is. There's a lot more areas that people are struggling with, but they don't even realize they need help. And I'm going to challenge you, listening to this podcast, that you probably need help. Why not? Why not just have someone to talk to? That's really the reason I looked at it. Maybe I run all these ideas off somebody else. See what they think. I'm never going to take any, I don't want to say never. I don't ever say never about family or anything, but I'm not planning on taking any kind of medications or pills or anything like that, because that fixes the symptoms. It doesn't fix the problem. For me, that helps you. But for me, I'm more interested in getting to the root cause of all my anxiety and all my depression, all my tough thoughts, all my worries, why am I not good enough? Why me? What if I fail? When I fail? I mean, all these things, man, it's just, I say it out loud and I'm just like, damn, dude, you are pretty miserable. But also, I'm also, and this is where I think needs to be celebrated, not breaking my arm, pat myself on the back, but it needs to be celebrated that I'm getting help. I'm not giving up. I'm getting help. I'm trying. And for everyone out there that thinks they could do it alone, maybe, but I would encourage you to just try and get some help. Try and get professional help, whether it is a counselor or it is a psychiatrist, whether it is a coach. Maybe you just need a coach. Maybe you just need someone to help organize your life. I don't know. But we as a society need to look at that as a sign of strength, of courage, to speak out, to be that beacon of light for others that maybe don't have anyone else to turn to, or have never seen the way to get out, have never actually seen that path. Like, if you're in that area and you don't know what to do next, shit, there's no other answers. I don't know who to talk to because I'm embarrassed about what other people are going to say or think. I'm just going to hold this inside, but there's no other way out. There is another way out. And that's what I'm talking about. That's one of the experiences I'm sharing. You know, I go into this little room and I sit down. The guy sits behind his desk and I sit on the black couch, like the proverbial black counselor couch, not the the other couch, whatever. That's terrible. But I'm sitting on this little black couch and I just start blabbering. I'm just blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about all this random shit that's going on in my life. And I talked literally for 30 minutes and never took a breath. I mean, you came in there, would have been like the guy with the blue face. That was me because I never actually took a breath. I just spewed everything out. And then I felt better afterwards. I'm like, you know what? I got to do this again. I don't even know if I got anything accomplished. I don't know. But I'm going again. I'm going to continue to go. And I'm going to share my experiences with everyone around the galaxy and encourage you to get help. If you got questions, email me, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. I'd be fascinated to see what you guys think. But share these episodes too. Mental health is a real deal thing now more than ever. Drug overdoses are. I just saw something the other day that crazy ass not new drug, that drug that whatever it is. You guys are all sitting in your car saying that drug. Yes, that drug is past all deaths from like car crashes, suicides, COVID, cancer. I mean, passes everything now. But as a society where we don't know where else to turn, so we turn to substance abuse. And I still drink. I do the same thing. Guilty. Not as much when I need it. I do. And I'm trying to get better. So as a society, let's pull together. Let's become stronger. Ask questions. Get involved. Tell the people your story. Tell me the story. If you can't tell anyone else, I get emails from these. It's bizarre. I did podcasts years ago about depression and suicide, and I still get emails from those. And it's awesome, to be honest. It's kind of, it's kind of overbearing, overwhelming. But man, it's just like, hey, if I can inspire you to do a little bit better and help a little bit more, that's what I'm here for. The Positive Side Podcast, back and better than ever. 180 some reviews on iTunes, but man, it would help if you gave me one. If you haven't, run over to iTunes, leave those 5-star reviews, share this episode. Tell me what I can do better. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is the world headquarters, it's just me. Let me know what I can do better. Again, shoot me these emails, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. I say it in every single episode. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You've got greatness within. Like always, this is the positive side.